Nike check, t-shirt check, sneakers check, socks check, hoodie check, shorts check, Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on a white tee. The shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know I'm fit to get it. Get the bag and then I flip it, watch me do it. All my wrist going stupid. Tryna put them on, but they never do it. Going up sky high while I'm rocking Air Force, and she just wanna ride.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
1st down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game. They must like the matchups they're getting.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. First and goal from the 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play. Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
47-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they get...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
At the 23-yard line.
First down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
Mayfield.
Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Browns 3, Bengals 0.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
21 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard.
Everyone in the NFL is looking for mismatches, and T. Higgins' size and speed at receiver, that allows him to have those type of mismatches against most defenders. 6'4", ability to flat-out fly. They can use him everywhere, including in the slot. He's a dangerous playmaker and a big-time producer in the red zone.
On 2nd down, Burrow able to find Higgins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal.
A very solid gain of 27. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Stopped short of the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A 1st carry now for Kareem Hunt. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brought down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Check 59, Mike. Alert.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. Past the 20. 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. But a man with a big new contract, Myles Garrett, in there to take him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Riley Harrison. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around?
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Browns add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On second down, here's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Tate. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
A gain of 12.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First down, here's Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
At the 20-yard line.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Burrow. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half.
37-yard attempt.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Brings up 4th down.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And the third quarter will start with a touchback as that one lands in the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Burrow. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now Joe Mixon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
19-yard line.
2nd down and 3. Now Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece.
That ties the game at 17.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go, and their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Carlos Dunlap.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
6 yards.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Now here's Ross. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Browns 24, Bengals 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A handoff to Mixon. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. With a solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Burrow now, a big spot for the Heisman Trophy winner. Got a man open, it's Ross. There he goes, right side.
You thought you had it.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
To John Ross.
John Ross, 83 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
Good.
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
First and 10.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Browns have moved out in front.
For the point after.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Going deep downfield for Ross. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Big time drive. Let's go.
On third down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Now it's Burrow. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
I'm scared. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning.
And 7.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
57, Mike 57. Watch the pass, Here we go.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm.
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Chubb on 1st down, not going to go anywhere as he'll lose 3 on that one.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
To Kareem Hunt. A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillendown as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4th down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield down, going deep here for Landry. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
It's going to be a long day. Mike, check. 59. It's going to be a long day. Hurry.
Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First down, Cleveland. Mayfield to Beckham. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Chubb on the counter. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And that's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And this one is right down the middle. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for John Ross that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. going to throw again. And Tate's got it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. They wanted to avoid the dreaded fourth down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on third.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to fourth down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them and nice for them to pick it up on third.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.
she's in the moment. Energy up, my body burning. And my stomach keep up turning. Stop moving, I can't control it. On my last breath and I can't hold it. You gotta give it all I got. This for the ones that think I'm joking. This for real. Lightweight bust off half a. Yeah, I'm sweating, baby. Must be all them happy meals. I don't know how happy feels, but damn, I'm tryna find you. Say I got sex appeal. I think it's 'cause I work. Got a gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none. I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one. To see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on. I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again.
Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is. Long tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. In my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess, you ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like Cheetah, run up down, I'm there in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew.